Hey everybody. So nobody's watching live for the past hour and a half, but I've been trying to fix everything. As you notice, I have no headphones because my headphones died in that period. So everything broke. My webcam broke earlier on today. Bluetooth broke. I mean, everything's in broken world. I was working on diminished six stuff, so you know this type of stuff, right? Where we're so that's up and down in drum twos. The basic idea, right? Where adding in the flat sixth. Anyways, I went on. I didn't particularly like what I was making anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I think what we'll do is we'll do one segment tonight. Oh, I've been messing around with my green screen too, trying to make that somewhat reasonable. Man, it's been a really fun night. So for the next half an hour or so, we're going to take the standard, The Way You Look Tonight, and we'll put it in F. So, since this is G here. Sorry, G here on the third string. And we're going to try putting whatever we want under it. So if you don't know the melody of The Way You Look Tonight, we'll focus specifically on the A section, because the bridge I don't particularly remember, and it goes to a different key, but this is a good example to use for this type of stuff, because it's so scalar, in particular in the major scale, right? So if you don't know the melody, it goes something like this. So again, playing it in F. I've seen it in E flat. I like F just because I don't think there's anything we have. Let me check. Do I have it open on this monitor? Okay, so our blues are going to be in F, but anyways, F is a nice key to play in general. So let's just go. There's our F major scale. Let's try and apply our drop twos to that. So. So that's our scale. We can start thinking about, so we got melody, so it's 5-1. Sometimes for this, just for your own simplicity, move this out of the way. Let's get a better setup in this chair, at least. You might see the real world poking in for my awesome setup. Man, and I've had in and out internet tonight too. Everything's in broken world tonight. I feel like I gotta find a better setup on this chair with this guitar. I should. It's on the other side. One second. I did get a guitar stool, or not a guitar stool. You know what I'm saying? I could, a foot steppy. I don't know. Maybe this will help a little bit. Especially if I put it under the desk. I just need to have more separation, more anchor towards against my body, especially playing this stuff. I think a lot of it's posture. I'm right up against the green screen. Okay, let's see. So, as we were doing. Let's just try and do the top 3 of these just to make it easier to play. So it should be. Ah, I can play the right notes. This is a really good exercise, especially making sure you know the shapes and all the strings, because, again, you just start from right, that, translate. So anyways, I'm going to keep practicing this. So in next step, let's keep it simple, right? So we have something that goes from, let's just keep the shapes, right? Since we're just, if we want to do all the full shapes, let's do the full shapes. Since we're in drop 2s, we can do the drop 2, drop 3 to drop 2 and 4, and we'll get contrary motion, right? So let's start from this, right, where we got. But we can start even simpler, right? We can do, let's start with the, let me think about how I want to do this. Let's do the octave shape in drop 2. So we got this. Wait, no, I'm right. What am I doing? So it should be here. So it should be here. Here's the drop 2 shape. Here's the drop 2 octave shape. Oh, it's on the bottom 4 strings. Should be this. Wow. And then drop 2 to drop 3. Drop 3, which is actually an easier shape. So again, you can play around with this quite a bit, but the main idea is just adding in different ways of playing the chords will give you different bass movements. So you get counterpointal play. So yeah, let's think about different things we can do. So again, let's just try playing the top 2 voices. So let me think about it. Actually, it's this. And that's another good recommendation. You can just play the top 2 voices you get. notice it. It's another concept with this stuff where you can do borrowing, right? Where the simplest idea is, instead of playing the chord tones, the 1, 3, 5, and 6 with the other chord tones, try and play one of the diminished notes and then swap and vice versa. I think is the simplest, approach to this problem. But anyways, yeah, you can do. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm playing, solo guitar. I can do whatever I want. But the simplest idea is to, keep with the rules, right? Try and play, when you play 1, 3, 5, or 6, try and play 1, 3, 5, or 6 below, and you play 2, 4, flat 6, or 7. Try and play, same idea, right? Because at the end of the day, that's actually all we're doing, right? As we go up the scale, they're just inversions of the 6th chord or the diminished chord. All right, let's see if we can try and play it all the way through, at least one time through, right? Let's try and think about, as I said, we already got the top 3, so we can go into octaves, right? So let's just try that. Let's try and alternate between the drop 2 and then the drop 2 with the octave instead, so it should be. And we're just playing the top 3 notes. Third, not the minor third. So again. Let's reverse it so we can do the on or it doesn't matter, but let's start at the top and go down with the top 3 in the octave kind of shell, top 3 octave shell. So from the top. Shell, or sorry, the top 3 in the octave shell. octave shell, top 3, octave shell. Oh, I keep making that mistake on the bottom strings of the octaves, not 3 frets down, it's 2 frets down. Top 3, and then the octave shell. One more time. Top 3, octave shell, top 3, octave shell. Oh, what's this? Wait, did I mess up? 1 second. Let's start over again. So it's top 3, octave shell. Wait, good. Top 3, octave shell, top 3, octave shell, top 3, octave shell. I made the same mistake again. Okay, starting over again. Let's make sure the third is this. It's octave, not. This is a nasty interval in the top and bottom. Okay, so back again. Top 3, octave shell, top 3, octave shell, top 3, octave shell, top 3, octave shell. One more time to make sure we got it. Top 3, octave shell, top 3, octave shell, top 3, top 3, or sorry, octave shell, top 3, octave shell, and we can reverse it. So octave shell, top 3, octave shell, top 3, octave shell, top 3, octave shell, top 3. The top 3, the drop 2 or drop 3, and the octave shell gives you that kind of, it gives you that expansionary bass movement if you go from the top 3. So if you want a trick, right, we can do this. We just got to go from the top 3 of either drop 2 or drop 3. The only difference is whether you play the second voice down from the top or the third voice down from the top. Again, depending on what the what version of the 6th chord you're on, or of the diminished. But if you go, as I said before, the order for contrary movement, right, bass movement, right, we're going up stepwise of the scale and down stepwise of the scale, right, is unison, top 2 a drop 3, and the reason that is we need the 6 up top rather than the 5, hence drop 3. So the top 2 a drop 3, the top 3 or top 2 a drop 2. Then it's the top 3 of either drop 2 or drop 3. As I said, it doesn't matter for the bass movement. Usually, I prefer you to use the drop 2 or top 3 of drop 2, just because drop 2 you know the best. And then followed by this octave shell that I'm talking about. And it turns out it's just how it works that you need the 5th. You hit the 5th, right? So doing this on the guitar, right on the top set of strings. And right here is the important one, that you need the 5th on the bottom when you hit the 5th. So that's why you need the octave. Right? That's at least my justification. So it works like that it's unison, right? Top 2 a drop 3, top 2 a drop 2. Top 3 of drop 2, let's say. The drop 2 octave shell. Then it's drop 2, drop 3. Drop 2, drop 3, drop 2 and 4. And then if you get back to the root, I call it the double octave with drop 2, 3 of drop 2 on it, right? So one trick to know is if you do the top 3 of drop 2 into the octave shell into drop 2, you'll get contrary bass movement. So going back to even just the scale here. exactly what I said there. So it's the top 3 of drop 2 into our shell, into the entirety of drop 2. If you notice in our bass movement, we're just doing this. Right? Let's try it. That's the big idea of, why am I so focused on this stuff, is because once you internalize it and really know it, and part of it's my own hands, and not practicing this enough, but once you learn it, you can do this type of stuff of just like, okay, I want to have contrary bass movement, so we go from this shape to this shape to this shape, right? And I think the most important ones to know are going reversing it. So if we go from, let's just play the top 2 of drop 3, which for this, to just get from drop 2 to drop 3, you don't have enough strings on the bottom 4 strings, but just know that you place out the 5th for the 6th, so you get this type of movement. So it's top 2 of drop 3, and then top 2 of drop 2, and then it's the octave, right? Well, it's actually the top 2 of drop 3. Right, so you get really expand it by moving it down here, so I think that's pretty. So you go playing it very well, and as I said, I got to practice it. But that's the idea of taking any melody and then try and mess around with some of these chord shapes for drop 2. I mean, that's kind of the whole reason why. I mean, some of the stuff is just old harmony that people have known for a long time, but especially on guitar, the advantage is, we're not keyboard players, so contrary motion isn't necessarily natural. So we got to find different ways to play it. So, yeah, I don't know. I just want to learn how to do. Let's make a nice little arrangement. I do remember most of the bridge. It's that. And usually I forget part of it. But I'd like to add this to like the bonus songs. So it looks like I have resolved most of my green screen issues. As I said, it's been one hell of a day. Um, anyways, if you do watch this later, thank you for watching. I mean, lots of technical problems. I'm gonna go off and I think practice for a little bit. Really going into these things myself. Have them, being able to play them a little bit better on demand. I may or may not be back tomorrow, depending on how things go. But yeah, see everybody soon.